Hello, hello, welcome guys. Today we got Jestel, Homecoming Jestel pulling session. We got some resources to pull. I'm probably gonna try to go for 5 dupes, but I'll tell you right now, either go for 1 copy, 0 dupes, or 5 dupes. If you're like a big whale or like have plenty of resources, then you can go for SS7 because her 7 dupe Resonantia actually is quite interesting. We've yet to see when and how it will be effective, but it basically dispels any buff. Not any buff, but it dispels buff from anyone affected by her magma dot. So it is quite good. I wouldn't say for PvP it's worth it, just for that to get the 7 dupes. But the reason her 5 dupe Resonantia perk is so good is because it means she will apply her magma dot to people around her, to enemies around her, without having to ult. Because her only ways to apply her magma is either ulting or the special. When the fight starts, she jumps on an enemy and then she applies it, or by ult, or if you have SS5, then it will apply itself passively every 10 seconds. And you really want at least 1 magma on enemies, because the magma says that it increases continuous damage taken on that enemy. So if someone has that magma on him, it means he will take much more damage from b.empousa, from all the synergy team. So, really good. So, we'll aim for SS5 also, and her best artifact is Poseidon's Skull. She doesn't need Peacemaker, she doesn't need ult damage, because most of her damage is from passively, from the dot damage passively. And as for gear, she wants HP, a lot of HP, not necessarily damage reduction, but she wants HP, because her ult makes her reflect damage, so you want her to take a lot of damage, and it's proportionate, it caps depending on her HP. So you want her to have a lot of HP, not necessarily a lot of damage reduction. So for echo stats, I would recommend all damage bonus, physical damage bonus, and probably blood soul recovery. That's it. And yeah, if she was piercing damage, then you could go all damage and then crit rate, crit damage. But if you can't go for both crit rate and crit damage, then it's not really worth it. Just do all damage, physical damage, and blood soul recovery. But yeah, even all damage reduction wouldn't be bad on her, yeah? But blood soul recovery is just a bit better. Alright, let's go. First 10 pull. Nope. Okay, okay. Next one should be her. There we go. Or Ancestral. Nice. That's one. Noah. Oh no. What? What? No way! Oh man, that also means the next SSR doesn't have to be Jestel. It could be a normal SSR. I hate this guy. Yeah, not very lucky so far, not very lucky at all. We did like, what, 70, 80 already? Yeah, pretty rough. Pretty rough. Man, we're hitting pity. Yep, hitting pity. Yeah, I need a double or a triple to start making this worth. Is that like the second copy? I think so. Man. Okay, okay. Okay. Made up a little bit. I think that's 4. We want 2 more. Yeah, I'm getting drained. Okay. 1 more. Wait. 1 more, right? Yeah, 4 dupes. We need 1 more. Holy shit, dude. This is probably the worst banner I've ever had. Okay. Okay. I'm empty. That is insane. We got 5 dupes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 dupes in 270 pulls. 270 pulls for 5 dupes. That is terrible. That is terrible. But yeah, what can we do? What can we do? But yeah, she is cool. She is very cool. So, first dupe is not crazy. She's just... She can't be stunned while channeling her ult, which is nice. But if you're going for like very minimal investment, then it's not worth to pull for more. Like if you want just 1, then that's why I said either 0 dupes or 5. And yeah, so 5 dupes gives you the perk every 10 seconds. He applies 1 magma to surrounding enemy units. And she gets a buff to her own damage. But yeah, the 7 dupes one, it says it dispels 1 seal effect. That's why I wasn't sure what even is seal. But basically it's buffs. It dispels buffs. But it's not... It doesn't dispel immortality buffs. Or like effects. But like a cappella crit rate buff or magic damage buff, things like that, she dispels that. Which is pretty good. But again, this is focused like on PvP, right? You say buffs, that's the other characters gives buffs, but for PvE, we'll have to see if we have stages that, if it's a stage effect, that in that stage the boss takes, I don't know, 100% or 90% less magical damage or stuff like that, then it won't dispel that because it's not a buff, it's a stage effect. Or if it's part of the boss's kit, then it won't dispel that, but if it's an active buff, then it will. So SS7 feels more like something for PvP mostly. So not very worth, even if you're a whale, it's not very worth to go for that. But we'll see, maybe we'll have like PvE modes that will have buffs, and if b.empousa synergy team is the best for that stage, then Jestel will be very useful with SS7. Yeah, her model is interesting here. Yeah, I'm not gonna use these. Yeah, and the rest we'll do from the council meetings. But yeah, whoops, that's about it for Jestel. We didn't get lucky this time. I remember someone said, I get better luck, better odds because I'm a content creator. That is wild. But yeah, for skills, I would recommend level 4 basic attack, you don't need more than that. Her special is also not really worth it to invest in because it's only the first leap that she jumps in the beginning of a fight. So either level 4 or level 7 if you have spare resources. But her ult, even her ult, like leveling her ult is not about the damage, like the first initial damage, but it's more about reflecting damage, because she will reflect more and it will cap depending on her max HP. And that's why you want to level ult, probably level 7 or 10, but also give her the most HP stats that you can. I prepared some gear for her. Yeah. So I can already echo this. Oh wow, level 15 PSR, okay. Oh, that's pretty good. I can already lock the all damage. But yeah, you want to focus these two pieces because this one gives HP and attack, and this one gives HP and attack. And the next one you would want to level is the amulet, because it's the second best gear that gives HP. So yeah, let's do a bellow as well. I got plenty. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that because I don't really want damage reduction on her. But yeah, that's Jestel for you. Pulling session, very unlucky pulling session, but still a session. And some tips on how to build her. And again, like I said, artifact Poseidon. Don't put Fruit of Immortality on her. It only triggers once the heal when she's under 50% HP. And you don't want to give her damage reduction. So it's not very efficient. You want to buff her damage, which is mostly from her dots. And yeah, the fact that her dot increases continuous damage taken by the holder by 10%, it increases every continuous damage taken. So she's gonna be a must part of b.empousa synergy team to buff her. She's like a lean for Dusk, but a bit better. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.